Hi there, so welcome to the Careers Assembly. I'm going to deliver for you today. Careers is incredibly important and a lot of people tend to dismiss it. So what I want to do is do a little assembly on how to research careers. Now some of you are absolutely amazing at this through using QDOS, but there are alternatives out there. And I do want to explain to you exactly how important careers is, and how it's going to drive you forwards with your motivations, your aspirations, and so on. Okay, so a lot of you might think careers, surely I have another few years before I need to worry about that, especially if you're in year 7 or year 8. You might be thinking that you're all right just to switch off for now and look like you're paying attention. Okay, but you need to be honest. You need to be honest with yourself now and think that you need to start exploring careers a little bit more. But who is thinking like that? Who is genuinely, and it's normal, so don't worry. Who is thinking that it'd be all right? I don't need to worry about what career I want to do, what job I want to do in the future. Okay. Obviously, without us being in a natural assembly, we can't ask questions, but somebody might be able to tell their friends, all right, why they are tempted to think like this. You might even talk to your parents about why you're thinking about just kind of switching off in the lessons and not necessarily thinking about your future, all right? Is it right? Is it right to think like that? Some of you might think so. Maybe you're too young. Maybe you just want to enjoy life. Maybe you just want to enjoy school and not worry about what you want to do in the future. All of these feelings are absolutely perfect. They are fine. But as a school, we do have a responsibility to ensure we provide you, all of you, with top-notch careers education, which of course we will. But it is completely and utterly up to you to take up all the opportunities on offer to you and use them to your advantage. So if you're in year 7 or year 8, even in the older year groups, and you just don't know what career you want to go into, maybe you don't want to think about it, all right? Start taking advantage of all the opportunities that we do kind of throw at you. Whatever we're putting on Facebook, any links, come to careers talks when we're back to face education. All of these things you need to start kind of getting involved in, all right? Because then it will help you learn what it is that you either like, don't like, kind of like, etc. So here's a list of some of the opportunities that we're going to have available for you, that we have had. You all have your careers lessons in PSE. In year 10, you'll all have a go at doing work experience. Some of you have already got part-time jobs, so you're already working, and you're gaining some very valuable work experience. You'll also get to listen to visiting speakers from industry. Now, I get, as head of careers, quite a lot of companies that are sending me pre-recorded videos of people talking from industry. So at the moment, obviously not having them in person, it's not ideal, but the companies are making you, students at Thirsk School, videos to talk about your industry, your preferred careers. So what I do is I go onto QDOS and I have a look at what most of you are very keen on, or what some of you are very keen on, and I will reach out to any companies and links, and I will ask them if they can deliver a talk, a pre-recorded talk at the moment, on an industry that you are really, really keen on. Okay, so that's why it's really important to get your QDOS done. You'll also have got to do some mock interviews, all right, and you'll get do your CV when you're in year 10 and 11. And when you get to sixth form, you'll do your UCAS application, which is university, should you choose to go to university. And the most important one there, QDOS. Okay, you need to log yourself onto QDOS. I cannot express this anymore. It helps me plan the careers education for you. It helps you gain an understanding of where you want to go in the future. Year 9, you are about to start choosing your options. It is very, very important that you get onto QDOS and research what subjects lead into what careers. Okay, so if you haven't accessed QDOS, let's get cracking with it. Send me an email, ask me for your password. I don't care how many times I have to reset it, not a problem. Okay, but get on QDOS. So how can we make the most of these opportunities? So I'm going to show you some case studies very, very quickly. And I want you to think about whether they've made the most of their careers opportunities in school, all right, or if they haven't. What could they have done as a student which would have benefited them in the long run? So this is Alisha. She is 27 and she is an assistant manager in a supermarket. She worked as a shop assistant for 9 years before being promoted to assistant manager. She's attending night school to achieve a business diploma, but will not be paid as much as other assistant managers until she finishes her diploma. Now, diploma is a vocational course, which is the equivalent of your A-levels. And you can also do diplomas that go a little bit higher at different levels. So, questions to consider. Why did Alisha have to work for 9 years as a shop assistant before her promotion? Why does Alisha have to attend night school? And why won't Alisha be paid as much until she finishes her diploma? There are multiple answers to these questions, of course. However, I think we can assume that Alisha maybe hasn't quite taken advantage of all of the career opportunities at school. Now Alisha wants to become an assistant manager in a supermarket. Maybe she could have got higher grades at GCSEs, gone on and done A-levels, the equivalent of a diploma, so that then when she goes and works in the supermarket, she's actually employed as an assistant manager straight away. And if she'd have got the right or paid attention to the careers pathways, the careers education that was given to her, she could potentially have become an assistant manager in a supermarket within a few years, maybe 2021 rather than 27. I never knew I'd want a career in retail. I assumed I'd work at my sister's hairdressing salon, so I never bothered doing work experience in a large business environment. I didn't pursue qualifications in business. I had no idea how much I'd enjoy it. As it turned out though, I did work at the salon when I left school. I was 18 and so rubbish at it. People used to ask for their money back. Then I got a job at a supermarket and I thrived. I'm playing catch up now though against people with business qualifications. 9 years later I am an assistant manager, but I'm also seeing people straight out of business school aged 21 starting at level 2, and for now they're paid more than me. If Alisha could go back to her time at school, how do you think she'd manage her career's opportunities differently? Jack is 22, he's a trainee Royal Air Force pilot, quite a good job. He always wanted to be an airline pilot and only discovered aged 19 that he needed £50,000 in order to train to become a pilot this way. He had to retake his English GCSE, he joined the RAF aged 21 and is still training to fly. Consider these questions. Why did it take so long for Jack to realise how expensive it was to train as an airline pilot? Why did he have to repeat his English GCSE? And why is Jack still not licensed to fly yet, aged 22? He says, as far as I can remember, I've wanted to fly planes. I even did my work experience at an airport. Okay, it was at the Costa at the airport, but I was near the planes. I knew maths was important, so I focused all my energy in passing my GCSE. When I failed my English, I assumed it probably didn't matter. I just wish I'd done more research. I had to resit. When I finally finished sixth form college, I was 19. Whilst I was there, I further researched becoming an airline pilot and discovered I needed at least £50,000 to train. A friend suggested joining the RAF and learning to fly that way, but then I found out I had to do a fitness test. After a year of getting into shape, I am now finally training to fly. It is far, far more difficult than I ever imagined. If Jack could go back to school, how do you think he'd manage his career opportunities? So, if you are wanting to fly planes, even if you're in year 7, I, as head of careers, can direct you in the right pathway to help you learn the various different routes in training how to fly. Okay, so you don't just have to join the RAF in order to become a pilot. There are other routes that you can take, but you need to know what it is that you want to do as early as possible so that you get to explore every avenue into that career. That's why it's quite important to find out, using QDOS, what career you want to do and research all of the fantastic careers that are out there. Okay, so before we move on, what I would like to talk to you about is a job that I only found out about a couple of years ago. In the construction industry, there is obviously you've got your building the houses, designing the houses. There are a wide variety of jobs, but I didn't find out until, again, 2 years ago, that you can also be a drone pilot. A person that flies a drone up above a house that is being built on a new plot. And that drone pilot, they work in the construction industry because they need to know the various stages of building the house. But they record your house being built at various stages. And then when you buy your house from this new plot, you get this file, either a CD, DVD, whatever format you want it in, and you can see your house being built from bottom up. And the drone is the one that records that video. I mean, that is incredible. That job wasn't around until drones were invented, and probably it wasn't around until after people had been flying drones. But that's an incredible job. Now, QDOS is so incredibly up to date that it will tell you all about these new fantastic jobs. It updates new jobs all the time. Okay, so please do use it. Okay, so that clip wasn't serious, but there is a very serious point. We don't know if we are going to like or be suited to a job or a workplace until we actually try it out. So when you're in year 10, make the most of your work experience and pick something relevant. And if you can, even try and pick something part-time when you get to that age as well. We don't always know what certain jobs actually entail, sometimes until it is too late. So it's really important to do your research and make the most of your careers lessons and QDOS. I know you get bored with me saying QDOS all the time. I'm aware of that, but it is an incredibly valuable tool. It is possible not to find the right workplace until years down the line and after we've failed at our first choices. That is normal. Not everybody is going to go into a job that they really, really enjoy straight away. Right? It is probably going to take some of you a few years to work out whether you like that job or not. But just do yourself a favour now. Take up all the career opportunities now and make that much less likely to happen. Okay? Now, you probably will find that you do end up searching for the correct job. Okay, but if you sit there and do nothing whilst you're at school and don't actually use all the resources that we are trying to throw at you, okay, then that is definitely going to happen. All right, so make sure that you use these opportunities. So why do we need to think seriously about our careers now? You could end up saving yourself years of struggling in a career that you are not suited to or you don't like. You can also ensure that you're picking the correct qualifications for your chosen year, so you will not need to retrain at great expense later on in life. If you don't choose the correct subjects at A level, for example, even at GCSE, and you find out years down the line that you would absolutely love to go into a completely different career, like becoming a pilot, then it may be that you have to go back and redo your GCSEs, or it may be that you have to redo another A level. That costs money. You will discover a lot about yourself, your talents, your abilities and skills through work experience. Only then may you truly know what you want and the career that suits you. Work experience in year 10 and 12 is really, really valuable because it gives you the opportunity to work out whether you like an industry or not. If you come out of work experience and find out you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. You now know not to go into that career. Knowing your chosen area of industry can help you pick the correct college or university course or the correct apprenticeship. Whatever route you want to take, knowing the area, the industry is really, really key. So here are some websites, that are going to help you. Prospects is really good for researching training programs for when you're in year 11, a job that still has education in it. And also it's really good for when you're 18 and you no longer have to be in education. Comparing the best university degree courses. If you know you want to go to university because you've been on QDOS, get yourself onto comparing these degree courses. Find out what's out there. Do you want to stay local? Do you want to go to a university that has amazing reputation for engineering? Find out what university has that amazing reputation then. If you want to go into sport, Loughborough University is an incredible university for sport. It's very, very well known. However, is there a better one that's nearby? You can compare those. Again, you've got careers advice on the National Careers Service website. You can find what skills you're really good at. You can explore careers and you can find a course. And then you also have I Could. I Could is really, really good, and I'm going to demonstrate this website to you very shortly. But it's beautiful for if you are thinking about GCSEs. Okay? So if I go into my webpage, go into icould.com, all right? And then you go into exploring careers. Okay? You can then, and this is really, really good for across the entire school, but at the moment it's very valuable for year 9. Click on subject, and then you can choose what subject you really like. So If you are thinking, I really want to do a health and social care GCSE, but I have no idea what it's about, you click on it, and then it will give you, as you see here, 70 stories in this section that give you all of the jobs that you can complete, or at least 70 jobs that you can go into if you do health and social care. Okay, and all you then do is you click on one, and it will bring up a video, okay, that you can watch. And this video, usually the videos are about 2 minutes long. Okay, so that's 4 minutes. We won't watch that right now. It gives you a little bit of information about the job. It also gives you the salary, how many hours of work you week, how many hours a week you work, and what percent are male and what percent are female. Okay, so this is really important. This is really good information here, because if you are a male going into health and social care, then your chances of employment might be quite high, because only 2% of males go into health and social care, and they might decide, well, we want to have more males in this industry. Okay, and you can also see the trajectory here, that from 2012 and the projection here, 2027, you can see that there's going to be about 245,000 jobs, nearly 246 jobs. It also says here, gives you the qualifications that you need to go into. Okay, what qualifications you need. So if you're thinking about this at GCSE, okay, you can look at what pathway you then do next. Okay, it's very, very, very valuable. It gives you the top industries here, employment status, and part-time employment, full-time self-employed, and what kind of skills are really important in this job. And how you can do that as we go back up, explore careers, subject, you can go into computing and you can search for all of the different jobs that I could have got on here that are really, really valuable. Right, so iCould is a very, very fantastic website for you to explore careers, and it tells you your next pathways. Okay, please use the resources available.